I am fortunate to be part of an organization called YLED, which stands for Youth Leadership and Entrepreneurship Development. YLED really is about giving someone dignity and self-belief. Because when somebody has dignity and self-belief, they can always look for windows of opportunities for themselves. So the only thing we do is to bring them together to belong into a community. So we take young people that are coming from all walks of life. So we'll have, at some point, somebody from GP Boys or GP Girls or Macaulay House, and somebody from what George calls a high school in Dobsonville, or whichever environment. You get them into a room like this. The first 2 months, there's a class of, I'm from this environment, you from there, you from there. 3 months later, they all have a common goal. They want to be better. We do that by having a conversation with them around what does it mean to believe in yourself? What does it mean to have a personal brand? What does it mean to solve problems? We are now empowering these young people to dream beyond their current circumstances. Normally, whether they're in grade 11 or grade 10, the fact is you did not put them in an environment where they feel like they're at school. You put them in an environment where they feel like they're in a boardroom 7 years before they're actually in a boardroom. You demystify the boardroom there and then. You also demystify the issue of the language because we give them lessons in English so that they don't have the 22% issue. They have the 100% issue. After that environment, say, they are able to want to do well in school. They're able to go and compete for spaces at university. They're able to compete for bursaries and learnerships. Now, where is your role as an executive sitting in this room? How often do you give out bread, wait for Mandela Day to do something, or wait for June 16 to write an article? So the point of opportunity is a point of reflection for every executive that says, what can I do if this is the reality? All your interventions are happening in Johannesburg. So what about Zululand? What about all the faraway areas? You go build a school, you leave it like that, you come back 2 years later, it's dilapidated, and you don't know what happened. The issue of opportunity does not reside with you as a young person. It resides with the people that are sitting in the room who are supposed to be door openers. They're supposed to be door openers and enablers. And most of the time, they all worry about themselves now. They worry about their own kids. They want to pay. Let me make you a practical example on this one, and then I'll conclude. We're guilty, including me. We pay school fees of 80,000. And when you can, out of that 80,000, take 800 kids to school. Out of that 80,000, you can take 20 kids to school. Because we've been told affluence is the best thing. If you don't take your kids to the best school, you won't succeed. Guess what? The university is the equalizer. It doesn't care which university you've been, how much money you spend. It's the ability to open doors. There's one thing that I wish the country can do, and I pray the country can do, and perhaps I'll be president for a day and I'll institute this. We make sure that every young person who is between the ages of 16 and 19 get into a service program. They just get to do anything, whether it's pick up paper for a year or whatever. Just have a culture of working and doing things. Once they have that culture of working and doing things, when they get back home, you won't have to tell them to be plumbers. You won't have to tell them to be anything else. They will make that choice. At the moment, we are making choices for the kids, and most of the time, we leave them with no choice. So I would implement that. Then I'll look at these people in the room and say, if the youth of 76 sacrifice something, if the people who fought for the struggle sacrifice something, what are you willing to sacrifice? You're so knowledgeable. You've got a great future that you're creating for your kids. What if you decided, I've reached a ceiling, I want to go back to a high school, and I'm complaining about an education system, and it produced me. Let me go back and give off my time.